where Vermont Governor Phil Scott delivered a clear message today during his 40-minute-long State of the State address.
Yeah, the governor's laying out his #1 goal this legislative session, as he outlined in that address: education reform. Our James Maloney is live at the State House to break down that speech. Jackson Stover is standing by with reaction from Democrats.
Let's start with James. The address today, James, was very unique, a very central focus. Governor Scott wants lawmakers to work with him to reform this education system.
Yeah, Brian, you're absolutely right. Governor Phil Scott spending a large majority of his State of the State address on education reform, and he wants lawmakers to see it through to the end.
So if there's one thing you take away from the speech today, it's this: education transformation is not optional. It's essential.
Vermont Governor Phil Scott delivering his State of the State address focused primarily on one key issue.
This session, we have the opportunity and the obligation to continue this transformation in order to build the best public education system in the nation at a cost taxpayers can afford.
Education reform passed during the previous session, and now it's in the spotlight once again. Act 73 was created as a solution to reduce education spending and therefore curb rising property taxes. The governor says education spending is expected to rise by $200 million. A group of lawmakers were tasked with creating new school district maps over the summer, but it didn't happen. Scott thinks that was politically motivated.
And from my perspective, the recent failure to produce maps was a political strategy to preserve the old system. Following through is about keeping our word to students, teachers, and taxpayers, who all deserve better.
Now, Scott is again asking lawmakers for a property tax buy-down, which he called a Band-Aid, as he calls on the legislature to get the maps done.
The legislature must prioritize drawing new district lines, and it should be the first order of business for the committees of jurisdiction.
Scott compared Vermont to other states that he said are seeing positive results through change, adding Act 73 is not an attack on teachers, but needed in order to get better results for them and students.
It's a recognition you're not getting what you need. It's a blueprint to make sure every teacher works in a system that supports you, so you can focus on the job you signed up for, helping students reach their full potential.
And in the next couple of weeks, Governor Phil Scott is expected to deliver his state budget address. We're going to be sure to provide updates on that, as well as other events throughout the legislative session. Live in Montpelier, James Maloney, NBC5 News.